Hi, welcome. Thank you so much to my subscribers, to my new subscribers, welcome. And if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button to show your appreciation. Thank you so much. So today I've got a very interesting video. I'm going to be doing a shave with a FRANKENRAZOR. So in the last video, I shaved with the King C Gillette and the Gillette Tech. And we found this one to be I found it to be very smooth and a great beginner budget razor made out of a metal alloy. This has a pressed head. It was manufactured in the 1960s, the steel head, and it's delivered millions of men wonderful shaves. So, but what I found is obviously this is very light. I like the efficiency. It's not as smooth as the King C Gillette, but it is, I found it more efficient. And because it's so light, this thing weighs 37.25 grams or 1.3 ounces, and this weighs almost 3 times as much at 103 grams or 3.65 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this head off the King C Gillette and just grab the handle, because the handle is substantially heavier than this aluminium handle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the FRANKENRAZOR. So the FRANKENRAZOR is simply any parts of different razors put together. So, and a lot of guys will put different handles to different heads to get the weight, the knurling, the feel that's quite right. But this is a pure Gillette FRANKENRAZOR. So I'm putting this heavier handle to create the King C Gillette Tech. This is the heavier handle with the Tech head. And I'm also being asked to review or to share my opinion, my first impression on Proraso green and the cream. And I got some in a participating forum that I haven't used. I use these little, I bought these little containers and I put a little bit in there for a shave. So let's see what this Proraso green. So William, I'm going to give you my opinion to one of my subscribers. And you guys, if you want me to review something or to try something, leave it in the comments. I haven't got, because it's amateur, I haven't got bottomless pockets. So, you know, sometimes, you know, I don't have a Blackland Vector to try, and that would cost me hundreds and hundreds of dollars to ship that out from America to Australia. So, you know, I don't have a limitless budget, you know, it's from what I earn. Okay, it smells very nice. It's a very soapy, clean scent. And it's just, and I can smell the menthol and eucalyptus. And because we're in Australia, you know, eucalyptus is one of our native plants. And it smells nice. I've got a clean soap spoon, which is what I normally use. And let's take out, I only got enough for one shave from the participating forum. So we'll take out what I've got. And today I'm going to be using a synthetic brush, a Yaki synthetic 24mm brush, and just run some hot water. And I wanted to talk quite a bit about FRANKENRAZORs and share some of my many experiences, because you guys know about, if you've watched my video, you know some of my background and what I've done. So I've made, well, I've used high-speed tool steel to create chisels and knives and things like that. And as a professional, knives are very important to me. And so, you know, I know how to hand sharpen knives and put various bevels on knives and things like that. And I've worked extensively with Japanese knives in very fine dining restaurants. So I remember when I was a young man doing wood turning. My mentor was a guy in his mid 80s, and he lived in Queen's Park in a house in Sydney, and he had a really nice, beautiful shed in the back, and he had a massive professional lathe where he taught me how to wood turn. He also had a mini lathe, and he was head of the Sydney Woodturning Guild Eastern Suburbs chapter. And I remember I was on very small wages back then, and it was all free. And so this gentleman was very respected, and he was an old school, very, 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 very tough fellow, but very, very lovely and generous. And he shared his time with me, and I remember when we did a few projects, and I was using his chisels, his own personal chisels. I learned about the stock and the tool rest, and different chucks and how the lathes work, and the different speeds, and how to use really sharp objects, how to grind the steel. And we went out to this store where he knew this gentleman. It was a Chinese gentleman, and he would call various members of the group, the Greek, the Italian, the Macedonian. He would call them by their surnames and kind of give them nicknames as well. And he was very deeply respected and admired. And his wife would cook for us. And so I didn't have much money. I had to actually borrow the money, because he says it's time to make your own chisels now. And I thought, oh yeah. And so we drove out for about an hour. Okay, soapy smell. Okay, and I've just done up the lather, and let's start lathering up. And so we drove out to this store where all the steel was being sold. And then we got all these blanks, rectangular long blanks. And he said, from here you're going to fashion your own chisels. And so one by one, he would sit me down. It would be like a maths class outside. I had on the table. We'd get paper and pen. And before I was even allowed to wood turn, actually, I sat down there and I had to design, how many millimeters, using vernier calipers, what kind of shape I wanted to do. And he taught me how to design the various elements, from egg cups to plates and bowls and things like that. And I never got really good, but well, I'm comparing myself to a champion, wood turner. But yeah, and he said to me, when we bought sandpaper, for example, this will be the first and last sandpaper, hopefully, that you'll ever need to use, because he liked to. The goal is to finish using your blade and have that really beautiful clean cut using a skew chisel. So you've got this very, very clean finish. As soon as you put sandpaper, no matter the fineness of the grit, it's not going to be as clean a cut as with a really sharp blade. That's the most beautiful finish. And if you can finish an object with a very, very clean cut of the blade, it just looks magnificent. And that's how he, for all his competition pieces, would finish his work. And it takes mastery to be that precise, to give that kind of a clean cut without using sandpaper. And it's the same concept as when I told you about when I reviewed the Kai blade, about Minamoto Musashi, and how he was challenged by this great swordsman to fight. And Musashi sent a flower with the stalk that he had cut with his sword, and the master swordsman, upon receipt from the messenger of this flower, he examined the flower, and he refused to fight Musashi, knowing what kind of mastery Minamoto Musashi had. Anyway, let's go. So far, this is a vegetable soap by Proraso, and it feels slick. I've used probably just over a gram. And whilst it's on my face, I can really now smell the menthol and eucalyptus. It's like a pepperminty, fresh, and it has a very cooling, stinging effect on the skin, which personally, some people love that. I don't like the menthol feeling, but if you love it, fantastic. And let's shave with this Franken razor now. And I can tell you that right now, I am enjoying this Gillette tech so much more. And this Proraso Green Cream, this vegetable soap, I've got to say I like it a bit thicker. It's bang on. It is a quality product. And yeah, they recommend to use, it has some residual slickness too. Just work it in, it's just drying up a bit. Yeah, it's good. William, Proraso Green, it works. And it's menthol eucalyptus. And it's a very refreshing, stinging sensation on the skin. Very cooling. I know Carbon 6, he loves menthol. One of the other subscribers. For him, I think he's message to me was, it's like a cooling slap in the face. It's really great to wake up to. And menthol has been used as like a mild disinfectant in shaving products for a very, very long time, and very cooling. So I went to this shop with him, having borrowed the money and not having much money in those days. And because the reason I didn't tell him that I didn't have the money because I didn't want to embarrass myself, but it was kind of like I didn't want to let him down as well. So for him, it was really important at this stage to make my own chisel, make the handles, buy the ferrules, buy the wood, get these blanks, and then I stood on the grinder and I made them over a long period of time with a bucket of water, so that they don't detemper. So as they heat up, you cool them down, you grind a bit, and yeah, eventually I made all my chisels. And I have about maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 chisels that I made by with him. He would observe me, tell me what to do, give me the diagram, and he says, now you go do it. And that was fantastic for me. And then I made all the handles and the bolsters, and thought, hey, this would be great for making some knives, and did that. Now I didn't make my own steel and things like that, but you know, so I can't claim credit for any metallurgy. But I did make my chisels and grind them out and shape them using a grinder, and then using whetstones. Yeah, and this FRANKENRAZOR is terrific. So you're probably wondering why I'm telling you the story about me making chisels and Minamoto Musashi and things like that while shaving with a FRANKENRAZOR. And my response is to do what you want to do. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, that you can't change out a handle, that you can't enjoy your own blades. If it's a 1-pass shave, 2-pass shave, you want to do 12 passes, it's your face, it's your skin, you do it. And you learn from your experience. And whilst I might disagree with people, you know, like some people creating a lather, you know, I've seen guys on YouTube showing how much foam that they can create, like they're doing an Italian meringue. You know, they want copious amounts of foam, but that foam is not going to be as slick as something with a much tighter bubble. And you're only shaving with that little bit, like this is enough to shave on. So I see guys using huge amounts of soaps and creams only to flush it down, and they foam it up like crazy, like nothing else. And for me, I disagree with that. But if that's what they want to do, go for it. You know, I think there is good, better, and best. You know, clearly I got taught by somebody who, you know, is a wood turning master, you know, and I don't think, you know, I haven't practiced my whole life doing that. And although, you know, I was very quick to learn and quick to have that ability because I'd worked with so many sharp things since I was a child, having been, you know, multiple generation chef, that for me, it came naturally. It's like a child who learns bricklaying from their father and grows up earning their pocket money laying bricks. You know, I can guarantee you that, you know, when their first day on the job as an 18-year-old lad, when he does a wall, and people look at that, and you know, they look down the side and it's perfectly straight. There's no waves in that wall. It's all symmetrical. He goes and lays tiles. He does a great job. It's not because he's particularly talented. It's because that was a language that he learned. It's like learning a language as a child or learning a multiple language as a child. It's not that they're talented. It's just you absorb that much quicker from when you're younger. So do what you want to do. That's really my point, and enjoy yourself. I mean, I love making this channel. I love getting comments and things like that. And I can tell you that I've really got a lot out of sharing. And my wife has actually said to me, she hates me wearing a beard, but she said to me that, JP, if you ever want to shave a beard off, or you want to regrow a beard, as much as I dislike it, I've read your comments that that you're getting. Just do it. You know, it's a really positive thing that you're doing with your channel. So that's what my wife told me, and you know how much she dislikes me growing facial hair. So yeah, do what you want to do. You know. And there is good, better, and best, and there is a level of mastery and skill involved in many things, including wood turning. But don't be afraid to try new things. You know, that's it. So this FRANKENRAZOR is very, very good. It combines the best element of both razors that I used yesterday. And so the Gillette Tech, you know, put a heavier handle on it is what I would, you know, advocate. Yeah, don't be afraid to be different. So, what's my thought on the Proraso cream? It's a good product. It's very, very good. I can tell you that it's much better than their soaps. Their soaps, for me, not very good. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of their soaps. And the soaps that I'm talking about are these things. I don't want to do another negative review because this is quite negative. My experience with this thing in a tub. They're sandalwood and they're white. I bought both. And I'm not a fan. But their creams are better than those things in the tubs. They're very, very different. Yeah. And let's finish this off with something that I really do like is a Proraso green tea and oat. They've got new packaging. I got this a little while ago, and they've recently just released new bottles and branding on their products in Australia. So William, yeah, I've still got that fresh, cooling, slightly stinging sensation from the menthol. I don't know quite how to describe it, but certainly it delivers on the shave quality. So there you are, the Gillette FRANKENRAZOR, which is the kind of summary of the last few videos that I've done on the Gillette, King C Gillette and the Gillette Tech. wonderful, wonderful way to try the Gillette. I just got a little weeper there. Again, get a little bit of your styptic, put it in there, seal it off, and you're done. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'll just wash this off and start my day. Cheers.